Okay, the date is October 15th, 2018. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate a quick form. I'm going to write just a hello world form, just something that works. And so this is what we're going to be using as our interface to the our database. And first thing I'm going to do is start Visual Studio. It's under V over here in your charms list. And so Visual Studio, not the installer, Visual Studio, it should already be installed. This is the first screen I get. Let me put this out of my way. Well, hide, okay. Start page is, I don't need it. I'm just going to go ahead and close it. Now, this is Visual Studio. Look around on the screen. It is a bit complicated. Hopefully we can take a little bit of the mystery out of this today, and let's begin. So I'm going to begin this. Basically, I'm going to write a basic hello world program. Okay, so file, new project. I'm going under Visual Basic, and I want the Windows Forms app. So we're going to build it. We'll build what we call a Windows Forms app. Will be what we will select for when we're building our forms. So there we go. Double clicking. Could have given him a name back there. He's going to get named Form 1. Anyway, so here this message right here, the scaling is set, isn't really important. You can just go ahead and dismiss that. And if it's an issue later, we'll worry about it. And here we have our form. Okay, so this is where we're going to do our programming. Now the form doesn't have any programs in it yet. So I need to put some things in it. And I'm going to go to, first thing I need to do is go to my view. And from my view menu, view, I'm going to view the toolbox, view toolbox. And I'm going to click that, click. Toolbox comes up. If I hit this little pen here, I'm going to pin it in, well, okay. Toolbox. Pin it in place. I don't know. Sometimes I have to play with it a little bit too. Okay, over here I have my Windows tools that I can put on the toolbox, and they're in alphabetical order. Now, first of all, is all of them in alphabetical order. The common controls are the ones you're probably going to want. So instead of all of them, you'll probably use the common controls. And one of the things that we're going to want is a button. So I'm going to go get a button. I'll probably find it under the B. Yeah, there's a button. And so I'm going to go get a button and put it up there onto my form. I'll put it right there, say. Now, what do you do with the button? Well, you push a button, of course. And let's go over here. Well, I want to go to the button's properties, and I might need to expand this a little bit so I can see it. The button has a number of properties, and if the button is selected, now you have to be sure that the button is selected. If the button isn't selected, you get different properties. These are the properties of the form. I want the properties of the button. Its name is button 1. Okay. The first thing I want to change about this button, and this is the most important one, is, I think it's right near the top. Yeah, very, very near the top is its name. Its name is important because we're going to be talking about it in code. So its name becomes very important. Now, I don't like button 1, button 2. I usually give it the name TXT, and I think it says you have to have it, it has to begin with a capital letter. TXT, do it. Now, when I hit do it, everything's going to happen. Okay, so that's the execute button. TXT, a better name for it, I think, and do it would be, let's not be trivial, execute. Exec, TXT, exec. Excuse me, I'm calling it TXT. I'm going to call it BTN, button execute. Okay, sorry about that, TXT. I'm going to call something else TXT in a minute, and I was thinking about that. This isn't a text box. This is a button, BTN EXE. Next thing I want to do is go down to it's a good idea to click off of it. Next thing, go down to its name, its text. Okay, here is the text. This is what shows on the button. This is what is in here. And I'm going to say hello. So the text that it's going to show is say hello. It becomes active when I click outside of it. Notice it now says say hello. What else can I do? Some things I could look at here. Look at these guys. What properties can be set? Colors, the size of the text. What's its tab stop? Is it enabled? This one is important. Is the button enabled? That means that is it grayed out, or are you allowed to use it? By the way, you can change these within your program. Location, its size. Tab index is when you tab through it. This is the first one you come to when you're using your tabs. And all of these will be, well, some of these will become important. Not all of them are. A lot of them we're not going to bother with, but we just have that button that says say hello. And if I were to execute this form, I could sit here and push the button. Now nothing would happen. Let's make something happen. Okay, I'm going to go get a label. And I'm going to put the label on my form. And let's see. The text. Change the text here to output. Notice its text changed to output. I'm going to find the font. I think it's under font. There it is, font. I'm going to make font pretty big. Oh, let's give him about a 16-point font. How's that sound? Okay. Now, I can do lots of other stuff with him. I could, let's see, I need to give him a name. And he is a label, so I'm going to call this LBL hello. Label hello. This is where I'm going to put hello world. Right now it says output. Okay. Other things, I can make this, I can hide this, make it visible, make it not visible. I can change its font color. I can do lots of things to it, and I can do them all during the program. This should be enough. So I have a button where it goes, and then I have some place where it displays the output. I can add a text box to it. This will be enough for now. Okay. So I'll save my program. Now I can execute my program. So build is compile. So I'm going to build my solution. Shouldn't get any errors. Haven't done anything yet. So it succeeded. Now I can execute. Execute is under debug. Debug, I say start without debugging. In other words, just run it. And this is my program running right here. So if I were to give this to you on a web page, this would be all you'd get. And we can sit here and we can click the say hello button. Nothing happens because we haven't made anything happen yet. But we've got a nice button there. Isn't that a cool button? Okay, we'll just go ahead and close him. Come back here. Now what I want to do is I want this guy, I want to program this one. So I'm going to double click him. Click, click. There we go. Now, here is where it happens. When you click this button, and I don't need the toolbox anymore, so I'm going to close the toolbox because here is where I'm going to program. Now this is the program that executes when what? When the button execute is clicked. Okay, so the button execute gets clicked or pressed if you like, is an event that handles. So some people call it a trigger. And it's not the same thing as a database trigger, but the event that happens that triggers this to execute is the button click. So when somebody comes along with a mouse, clicks on that button, this subroutine in the form will execute. Now, what does he do? Well, I have a label, LB label, hello. Label hello. Label hello has a text. Label hello dot text gets and this is the Visual Basic Programming Language. Visual Basic Programming Language uses double quotes. The Visual Basic Programming Language does not take a semicolon. And I recommend that you look up a brief tutorial on the Visual Basic Programming Language and the syntax. You're going to have to be able to go in and out of programming languages pretty quickly. And so this is one of the very common languages that we have in our world. Basically, this says that the text field of that label hello, remember that label hello over there, I can go back over to it. Remember this label had lots of stuff. So it's got an image list, a location. I can change its location. And it had text. So we're talking about this field right here, the one that now says output. I'm going to, instead of saying output, when it clicked, I'm going to make this text field say hello world. And I guess I'll give it an exclamation point. Okay. Now we'll build it. By the way, you can just simply run it and it'll build before it runs. You can just say start and it'll build. Okay, as soon as I click the say hello button, click, it changes to hello world, and I have just written my hello world program. Okay. Now, something that I might change to this, let's put an input box on it just for fun while we're here. I'll go back over to my design window, go to my view, get my toolbox again. Where was that toolbox? View. Toolbox, I guess I was just asleep there. I'm going to get a text box, should be down here with the T's, text box. And a text box is a place where you can type input at runtime. I'm going to change the name of the text box to TXT. Here's where that's what I was thinking about when I was trying to call the button TXT. TXT input is its name, and it has text. Does he have text with it? Yeah, he can have text. He doesn't have any by default. Enter name. So we'll make it say enter name here. And that's really all we have to do. Now I'm going to go back over to so this is TXT input, and it is necessary that you have some kind of a naming convention here, or you're going to have so many names that you won't know what to do with. I think you'll see as we get further into this. So now I'm going to double click to say hello. And I'm going to say, instead of saying hello, just plain hello, I'm going to say hello, close it. Plus is the concatenation operator. TXT output, whatever you put in there, plus, and there's my exclamation point. Okay. So I'm going to prepend hello, your name, whatever you put in the text box, and the exclamation point. So I notice that I can just go to debug and say, some people say that this is bad practice. I don't know. There were build errors. Uh-oh. What did I do wrong? I already see what I did wrong. Would you like to continue? No, I don't want to continue. What did I do wrong? Well, he's giving a red line. And the thing I did wrong, I forgot to say the text part of txt input dot text. Very common mistake. I just made it there. I wasn't even trying to make it. But then had I been trying to make a mistake, would it really be a mistake? Okay, now I'm going to go to debug, and I'm just going to say start without debugging. It will compile. And I can enter my name here. And when I click that, it says, hello, Stephen. So now I have written a program that has both input and output. I will, you go ahead and try this program on your own. It doesn't do me any good to give you the program. So I'm going to give you another program that actually interacts with the database. In case you're wondering, the input to the database will come from text fields. And when you click the execute button, it will execute a procedure over in your database. And so that's all for now. I'll put this video up on the on Canvas. And so I will close him. File. Close solution. Now, oh, by the way, before I go, where is this thing? This thing is located over here. It is Windows App 1, and it is found under on the C drive, under Users, under your name, under Source, repos, and Windows App 1 is its name. And that's where I can go to delete it. Okay. So I'm ending the meeting now.